Hey everybody, my name's HardcoreNoob. Welcome to the show. Today we'll be playing Legend of Grimrock 2. I want to first of all thank you for taking your time to watch me play. I've been a huge fan of Let's Players on the YouTube and community for quite a while, and so I thought I'd take the plunge and try my hand at making one myself. Now, Legend of Grimrock is a fantastic game, and this is a sequel, Legend of Grimrock 2. I've played this game for about an hour and a half already, and so far I can say that it's well worth your time. It's earned an 80, above an 80 rather, rating on Metacritic, and I think that again, the developers have put a lot of love into this game, and it shows. So let's start a new game from scratch, just so I could take you guys through this. We'll be creating some characters, or you could also change the difficulty. All these other options are if there's crystals in the game that you can use as save points. Single-use crystals means you can only use them once. Iron Man means that you can only be saved at crystals. The game is nice enough to let you save anywhere you want. Or you could turn off auto mapping. But we're just going to play normally with new characters all the way from scratch. So let's go difficulty, normal, and create characters. The first thing you will notice is that our character name is New Prisoner. The plot of the game is basically that there's 4 prisoners and they're stranded on a desert island. That's really all the plot there is so far. So let's change our name to HardcoreNoob. And let's take a quick look at the different races that we have. So the default race is human, and as a human you gain XP 10% faster, which is okay. But I want to play something that's a little bit more fun than just XP bonus. Insectoid. As an insectoid, your thoughts are completely alien to other races. Your knowledge of the arcane is unrivaled. Insectoids come in many shapes and sizes, but often their bodies are covered with thick shell. You get +1 strength, -2 dexterity, -1 vitality, +2 willpower. And your chance of getting body parts injured is reduced by 50%. And when it says injury, it means that you could fall from from heights and whatnot, and your feet could be injured if you fall through some sort of like trap door, and that'll slow down the way you walk. So this seems like a character that's good for maybe some sort of a mage, because you get +2 willpower, or some sort of maybe hybrid type of character. Next you have a Lizardman. Lizardman, you're a social outcast and mistrusted by other races. What you lack in social skills, you greatly make for stealth and dexterity. So your typical rogue would probably be a great Lizardman, and any type of archer, since you get +2 dex, and Lizardmen are probably pretty bad mages. Although you do also get a really nice resist 25 bonus. A Minotaur, as we expect, is nice, bulky, simple, smash! I want to smash things, which is great. You get +5 strength, -4 dexterity, +4 vitality, -3 willpower. So definitely your kind of tanky character here. If you're playing from other games like Diablo, this is probably your barbarian character. Although it does have one downside, which is that food consumption rate is 25% higher than normal. In the game, there's a resource system called food. You get food from killing monsters, and on occasion you have to feed your heroes. And if they don't get well fed, then they're not able to recharge HP or mana/energy. Lastly, we have the Rattling Race, which let's just read through the description. As a Rattling Race, you may seem weak and disease-ridden on the surface, but you're actually one of the most adaptable and hardy creatures in the world. You're a hoarder by nature, really enjoy fiddling with mechanical contraptions. So, -4 strength, +2 dexterity, +2 evasion, +15 load carry, and immune diseases. Sounds like the type of a mechanic type of character. Again, dexterity, so you can play with different range weapons, I would assume. So let's just come out of this for a second and just take a quick look at the rest of the system. We have health, standard HP. Health goes to 0, you're dead. Not much more to be said there. We have energy. This is kind of your mana. This depletes over time, although it does slowly recharge even within combat. You have your standard resistances here. Not much to be said there. And then let's take a quick look at attributes. So you have strength. Higher your strength, the more you can carry and the more damage you do with melee weapons. Dexterity affects your accuracy, and your evasion damage you do with many missile weapons. Vitality is just your health and also improves the speed at which you naturally heal from some harmful conditions. Okay, great. I think every character is probably want to get a little bit of dexterity. And willpower affects the amount of energy points gained at first and subsequent levels. Sounds like the type of skill set that's used for mages primarily. although I believe every class may use a little bit of energy. Let's take a look at the couple of quick traits that we could give our characters. The standard ones are aggressive. You give them damage. You give them additional energy, resist. I don't really like these passive type of traits. They're kind of boring to me. Maybe if I was playing some MMORPG and you need to customize heroes for specific boss fights, that's fine. But I think with this type of game, it's much more fun to take some sort of maybe class-based type of traits. Endurance lets you carry more and also decrease your food consumption. So it kind of works with the Minotaur class, because the Minotaur class increases food consumption, so this will actually even that out. So evasion, probably kind of like dodge skill set. If you're a lizard man, you can regenerate your health and energy 30% faster, while food consumption also increases by 20%. But healing potion is also twice as effective. Interesting skill set there. Health, standard, just passive upgrade. Mutation, one of your attribute scores chosen randomly increases by 1 when you gain a new level, and that's a rattling ability. Interesting. Poison immunity, lizardman again, quick cooldown period while your performance spells by 10%. Skilled, you gain 1 extra skill point at first level. It may only be used on skill from level 0 to 1. So very non-scalable skill set, I guess. Not something that I'm too interested in. Tough, you are resistant to physical punishment, health plus 20. That's cool. Agile, again, just kind of your standard passive upgrade. Insectoid, another passive upgrade. Daemon Ancestors, resist fire. That's kind of interesting. Endure, elements. You're spent years living in the wilderness and have major resistance to force of nature. Resist all plus 25%. So if you're a lizard man, there's no point taking any of these other Daemon Ancestors or Cold-Blooded when you can just take Endure elements. Fast learn as a human. XP is already gained 10 points faster. The bonus in addition to the XP bonus granted by your class. So you get 20% XP bonus. So that's kind of cool. Headhunter if you're a Minotaur, strength, plus 1 for each skill carried. Muscular, your body's muscular, strength, natural armor, poison resistance, rage, so that if your strength is heavily increased by 10% when you have 20% health. So kind of like a nice skill set for maybe some sort of fighter character. Strong mind, okay, that's definitely a skill set for a mage character, as we're learning willpower is probably for mages. And weapon specialization, you're trying to use variety melee weapons, melee attacks gain plus 7 accuracy. So definitely this is telling me that accuracy is something melee characters want as well, and dexterity affects accuracy. So if you are building a fighter type of character, you probably need both strength, dexterity, and vitality, although probably not willpower. So before we look at the different skills, I think it's important to look at the different classes that are available. Now, let's just go through this A to Z, although it does default on fighter. First skill, or rather class, is an alchemist. Kind of interesting. You get health plus 50 and energy plus 50. I personally like kind of alchemy as one of my professions from World of Warcraft, if you play that game. You're probably able to make healing potions and stuff that'll buff your party, which I always think is kind of fun. Herbs in your inventory multiply. That's interesting. So let's say you pick up some sort of herb on the ground. I guess it just multiplies by itself. The growth rate, though, is determined by the number of steps taken. So the more you move around, the more it does this. And firearms have 50% less chance of malfunction. That's great. That means there's firearms in the game. That means somebody's getting shot. That's fantastic that this game has firearms. And you can tell from the little portrait that alchemists seem to be some sort of character that shoots guns. So I think this sounds really interesting. I'm probably going to have an alchemist in my party. Well, let's keep going down. Barbarian. Barbarian, do not care about fitness and combat. Instead, you rely on raw power and speed. So this is your smash, gruel, general type of melee character. Just standard in any RPG. This is interesting. A battle mage. As a battle mage, you are comfortable fighting in the front row as well as blasting with spells from the back row. You get standard health and energy. Weighted equipped armor is reduced by 50%. You can cast spells with your bare hands. You gain protection plus 10 and resist all plus 10 when equipped with a staff or orb. So this is kind of cool. This is kind of a class that is a hybrid character. Something that's kind of appealing to me. We'll keep an eye on that one. Next one, you have a farmer. Okay, let's go through this. As a farmer, you do not command great powers and do not know how to wield a sword. Instead, you are familiar with digging ditches for irrigation and the growth cycles of pit root plants. Basically, everything a successful adventurer would never need. I gotta give them a little bit of credit here. You can see some of the humor in the game coming through. I like that. I like that it's not overwhelming, but it's kind of there along the edges of the game. So you have low health and low energy. You get no skill points at the first level, and instead of slaying monsters, you get XP by eating food. That's kind of funny. You know, me, I'm more of a traditional RPG player, so a class like this might not appeal to me. Although there's definitely a side of me that says, you know, it might just be fun just to get this, just to see what happens, what it can do. At the same time, I don't think this class would be underpowered because you know, the developers aren't going to let you have 25% of your class just be useless, of your party rather be useless. So that's interesting. We may get this, we may probably not though. So let's keep going. Fighter. As a fighter, you're a master of close combat. You're trained to use a wide variety of weapons. Slightly above average health. Not much energy. Special attacks with melee weapons take half the time to build and cost 20% less energy. So this is kind of your standard front row DPS type of character. You have a knight. A knight, as you believe that a good preparation is key to triumph in combat. You're specialized in building armor and using the shield. So again, you get slightly above average health, below average energy. You get +1 protection per level. Weight of equipped armor is reduced by 50%. Evasion bonus equipped shields is increased by 50%. So this sounds definitely like a tank type of character. You got a rogue. As a rogue, you're a stealthy warrior, prefers to use ranged weapons or light melee weapons. Health 45, energy 40. So it seems like they combined the archer and the rogue class into one class here. When dual wielding, oh, that's sick. You can dual wield. You only suffer 25% penalty to weapon damage, normally 40%, and a +1 chance per level to score crit with missile or throwing weapons. Definitely getting a rogue in the party. And lastly, we have a wizard. As a wizard, you use enchanted staves and orbs to command great mystical powers that can be used to cause harm or protect. So health is 35, below average. Energy is about average. But you do get willpower +2. You can cast spells with bare hands. So if we were to choose between a wizard and a battle mage, we definitely want a magic caster in the party. The one that I'm leaning towards more is battle mage, just because he's a hybrid role. We can put him in the front, and that leaves 2 positions in the back for DPS characters. Now, one thing about the game is that it works as one of the older RPGs. If you ever played Daggerfall, one of the very first Elder Scrolls game, there was another fantastic game from my childhood called Lands of Lore, in which you have character portraits. But generally what happens is you have a front row and a back row. A front row is where you want to put your tanky DPS fighters, melee fighters, and the back row is where you want to put your wizards and your casters and your DPS guys so that they don't take as much damage. Although the back row can be attacked by the sides or from the back if you get surrounded by monsters. So with that being said in mind, I think one of the key things I want a tank at the very front. And so I think I'm going to make my main character probably a barbarian, since he gets high health and seems to do a decent amount of damage. Or I could make him a knight. Let's see. Both are, there's merits for both. But I think I'm going to go with barbarian. I just like to smash things in the face. So if I'm making this guy a barbarian, I probably don't want a human. I want a real barbarian, which is a minotaur. That's what's up. We'll go through the skill sets after we make all the characters. So now let's distribute some strength. So definitely get some strength, some dexterity, since we probably want to hit stuff, and some vitality. Alright. And traits, let's pick up the traits. Let's take something that is definitely a class trait. I think class traits are fun. You have strength for each skull carried. Huh. I guess you get skulls in this game. Or rage, strength temporarily increased by 10%. By 10, excuse me, when you have less than 20% health. Let's go with the rage. I like raging. Rage against the dying of the light is what I would like to do when I am low on HP. Another skill set we need, since it's our tank, probably make him tough, give him a little extra health, or give him evasion, or +2 vitality. Or we could just make him really aggressive and just make him just kill things. Let's see, a lot of great skills here. I think I'm just going to go with some sort of health +20 or healthy. I think I would go with healthy just because I'm guessing it'll scale better since of vitality. And let's move on to the next hero. So just thinking about it for a sec, I'm thinking I want to make this guy a battle mage. So if it's battle mage, then I want a race rather that can harness or give you willpower points. Let's see, do we have one here? Insectoid. So we have Insectoid that gives strength minus dexterity minus vitality. Your chance body parts getting injured reduced by 50%. That's okay. Human's also okay. Lizard Man, not okay. Minotaur doesn't work, and Rattling doesn't work. So it's really between human and Insectoid. What's Insectoid? Ooh, he's kind of ugly, although I do like ugly. But I think I'm just gonna go human just to be able to get that XP unlock. And fast learner, that's the XP unlock I'm talking about. And let's take another skill. That seems kind of weak. Why don't we give ourselves a strong mind, as sharp as needed, willpower +2. Okay. Just looking at the other traits, instead of healthy, maybe I should give him weapon specialization. Yeah, smack people in the face. That way I don't have to spend too many points in dexterity. In the back row, let's go with a alchemist. Oh, perfect, perfectly rolled. And for a race for an alchemist, I was thinking probably most likely a Rattling. You're actually one of the most adaptable hardy creatures. You're a hoarder by nature and greatly enjoy feeling. So if you can carry more, you're hoarding. Alchemist probably carrying a lot of herbs. Let's go with a Rattling here. Let's definitely jack up the dexterity and the vitality, and maybe just 1 point of strength to carry stuff. What skills should a Rattling get? Mutation sounds interesting. Yeah, it sounds like something that could scale with the game, which is kind of cool. Do we have any other Rattling skills? No. Let's give ourselves then, we don't really need that. We already have max character capability, natural armor, poison resistance, strong mind. Let's give ourselves some natural armor. Okay. Or we could also just be very, yeah, let's give ourselves some damage. I just like smacking things in the face. That's kind of a theme about me. And I forgot to give my guy over here a name as well as attributes. So let's just randomly roll. Gain lock Bravefoot. That sounds like a nice name for a battle mage. Battle mages probably want an equal amount of everything. Although probably not too much dexterity. And probably not that much strength. Probably more vitality and willpower. I'm gonna build this guy probably slightly more on the mage side just because we already have a tank. And give you a little bit of that. Okay. You need a name. Yeka? Nah. Zulkan Kiroko. No. Parak. Parak seems like a nice name for a little rat here. Okay. And lastly, since we have an alchemist, we definitely want a rogue is a character that I like. I like combining the fact that you can combine a dual wielding dude with what looks to be an archer guy. So that sounds pretty cool. And so let's definitely jack up his dexterity. Let's jack up his vitality. Strength probably doesn't need or anything else. So human is, we already have a human in the party. We don't need another one. We also have a Rattling. So do we have a lizard man yet? Yeah, that sounds good. Resist all 25 plus willpower. I mean plus dexterity and no willpower. Yeah, this is exactly what I want for my rogue. Traits, let's see, fast metabolism, poison immunity, or endure elements. That's another plus 25 resist. So resist plus 50, let's give him that. That way we can have a party member, maybe if I'm getting hit by some AoE spell, to live through, if it's like an AoE cold spell, that can maybe live through. And fast metabolism, health, energy, regeneration. Oh yeah, definitely, give me this. Give it to me. Give it to me. We're done with the attributes. So building back up, look at the skill sets. If you are a caster, I found that you actually need a point in all these skill sets to be able to unlock that tree of spells. Starting from the top, we have alchemy. We don't need this because we have Rattling for our alchemist. So actually, let's take the Rattling and give him a point in alchemy. A higher skill in alchemy allows you to brew a wider range of potions. To craft potions, you also need herbs and a mortar and pestle. And at 4th level, you brew stronger healing potion, an energy potion. And at 5th level, so it's maxed up, since there's 5 low levels here, you can craft bombs. That sounds pretty cool. So let's go to skill set here. You can't give more than one skill set per category at the very beginning. Athletics increase your health by 20 for each skill point. At 3rd level, your character. I think it's kind of lame. Concentration increase your energy by 20. 3rd level, your energy regeneration increase by. Okay, I guess kind of another passive for a mage class. light weapons. Definitely want to give myself some light weapon skills since I am a alchemist. And I'm sorry, the other oh, I'm sorry about that. My phone is turning on. I'm just gonna pause this for a quick minute, and I'll be right back.